Morning everyone, and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about the fitness industry. The fitness industry has really taken off in the last couple of decades. We have an abundance of technology and information just at our fingertips. We have wearable fitness trackers, we have really enhanced machines at the gym, we have an abundance of new and improved scales that even connect to our phones. We have tons of supplements that we can take in order to enhance our fitness goals. We have heart rate sensors, and a lot of these things are all built into one, and I could go on about the more technology, but I won't, just to spare you the time. So today I want to focus on wearable fitness technology and the black box that they are. Are they really valid, or are they just a hoax? And I also want to talk about YouTube vloggers and their effect on our fitness industry and their effect on our daily life in our society. Their platform, is it beneficial or is it a detriment to our health? So are they more of a support system, or are we going to them more instead of we're going to doctors? So first I'm going to talk about the validity of fitness trackers. So I read a study in the Journal of Behavioral Nutrition and Physical Activity. That's what it was called. The article examines the accuracy of fitness trackers. Fitness trackers are a new black box in our society, and if you're not familiar with the term black box, a black box is a technology that receives input and gives output, but we know very little about their inner workings. So the input that we give to a Fitbit or to an Apple Watch is we're moving and it's on our arms, so it's measuring our movements, and we give it limited information such as our age, our gender, we give it our stride length as best we can, and we give it our activity level, and that's basically it. And sometimes it'll connect to our phone and we can put in our calories, but a lot of times people just wear them and it'll just tell you, oh, you've hit your 10,000 steps today. So we know very little about their inner workings, so we don't know if it's actually valid or if it's just or if it is. So the article was a review of 22 different studies. So after evaluation and testing, the review found that fitness trackers overestimated the distance traveled at slower speeds. And then it underestimated the distance traveled at a higher speed movement. Even sleep times were overestimated. So with this information, I began to realize that we can't take everything a technology tells us at face value. Not everything that we receive from a technology will be completely accurate, and it will not always be right on the dot. However, I believe that fitness trackers give the public a good estimate of their physical activity. Although trackers have changed our daily dialogue and language, it has helped those who wear them to get moving and to be more active. Everyone I've talked to has really enjoyed wearing their Fitbit trackers, and it also links with their phone, so they're able to kind of track it on their phone and to see it more in depth than just on your wrist. For individuals trying to lose weight or just simply get active, or just really try and just get your heart rate going sometimes and just become more active, it is actually, I think, beneficial, although it is a new technology, so I think that it will be improved in the years to come. So they're not completely accurate, but they're still beneficial. Alright, so now that we've covered fitness trackers, let's get into what I really am interested in and really love, and it is, I want to talk about a platform that you probably all know, and it is a social media influence platform of people vlogging, and it's basically on YouTube, and everyone has a YouTube channel and they're vlogging their day, and they're vlogging what they're eating, they're vlogging with their workout. And I'm wondering, when I'm watching these things, especially with health vloggers, when they're giving these tips and tricks, are people simply just following them, or are they going to their doctor first? Because if you ever do like a workout video, it'll always tell you, consult your doctor before performing this. But when we go onto YouTube, it never says that. It's just like, oh, this is what I'm doing, so you should do it too. So I really just want to kind of hone in and just kind of analyze vloggers and their platform and what they stand for. So most of you know that the platform is basically YouTube. I think there are some other video sites, but YouTube is the most popular. So YouTube allows everyone and anyone to post their own thoughts, ideas, and beliefs. While many post, not everyone thrives. And those who thrive are the social media and the YouTube influencers. They record videos such as a day in the life, and then 21 healthy tips for a successful life, and 20 ways to clear acne, 20 ways to lose weight fast. These videos are meant to help people and to show what they have done that has really helped them, but these videos can range from recipes, they can range from workouts, health tips, a day in life, and sometimes they're all combined into one. Many people like myself really love to watch them and see what everyone is doing differently. However, I just want to see how they've affected the health industry. To explain just a little bit more, many health vloggers have platforms based on a health problem that they themselves are dealing with or they themselves have already overcome. So with the help of YouTube, vloggers are now able to use videography in their own words to help people who are struggling with the same things that they struggle with. In my review of health vloggers, I will be looking for what health benefits or health drawbacks they present to our public health. First of all, let's talk about the drawbacks. So many YouTubers that I follow, such as, little plug here, Sarah's Day, she gives a holistic and homeopathic remedies for things such as hormonal acne, and she also struggled with PCOS, and she was giving what her doctor told her. She goes to an herbologist and an herbalist. She goes to an herbalist and they give her different herbs and different supplements that she can take in order to help with her acne. So she has a doctor and she has an herbalist, and they give her a prescription and she posts about it. And she goes into depth about what everything is in her jar of everything. So my question is, do people solely just go to YouTube channels or do they go straight to the doctor? So the article that I read in the Journal of Aesthetic Nursing, it talks about the sources of old media and new media. So old media would probably consist of TV, magazines, newspapers, things like that, that we don't really use that often. So magazines actually are worse for the body image than vlogging is, because magazines give off a bad view and a bad image of what people actually look like because they're so edited and they're so airbrushed and they're photoshopped. So that's one thing with catalogs and especially online images on a website. However, vlogging, their platforms are they're more authentic and they're more real, because they're actually, it's very hard. Yes, you can get good lighting and you could get a couple filters on a video, but you can't airbrush yourself while you're talking and while you're moving, and you can't Photoshop yourself to be slimmer, and you can't Photoshop your arms to be slimmer while you're video. I mean, I'm sure you could, but it's really hard. What actually is happening is these YouTubers have struggled with these body images that lead to anorexia, and they lead to so many other disorders, and they're using their platform to talk about how they've overcome it and how they are now doing it the healthy way, and they want to share it with other people. So I thought that that was so cool, and I thought that that was so inspiring. So it shows, so from my research and from what I've seen from 2 different articles, that vloggers are actually more of a support system rather than just an information hub. People just don't go to vloggers and they're like, okay, what are they doing? And they just write it down and then they go about their day. They actually invest their time in watching these YouTubers. I mean, I can speak for myself as a viewer. I really love watching these people, and honestly, sometimes I feel like they're my friend. Like, oh, I wonder what Sarah's up to today. I wonder what Rebecca's up to today. So they promote a healthy, holistic um, side of things, and they present topics that are very prominent today, such as fad diets. And a lot of people will try them out, and they will do like this test, like, oh, is this actually really working? And a lot of times it doesn't. Like, yeah, it'll do it for a short term, but they address it, and they address the importance of a healthy body. And bloggers are really just showing their daily life and encouraging viewers, as Sarah's Day would say, to listen to their body and to do what makes their body happy. I remember one day, someone I was watching was talking about how they'll have different cravings, and if you ignore what your body is telling you, then you're really not treating your body the way that you should. And it's just really encouraging to see that this platform of media can actually be so beneficial um, to so many people in their health. So another article that I read was called The Vlogging Cure. And this article analyzed the YouTube platform of a certain young woman who lost her brother to suicide, and she was using her channel and her platform to kind of be a support system and to kind of show how she overcame this grief and how she overcame such a horrific time in her life. And it showed that people actually liked watching it because they saw it as more of a support system rather than just a how-to video. So I also wanted to talk about how vlogging really facilitates a healthy body image and a healthy mental health, because these are real life people. They're not photoshopped. They're not just what you see in the magazine. They're really sitting here, they're talking to you, and they're really caring about that someone else can benefit the way that they're benefiting. So they're through this journey of researching all these bloggers and researching this entire, just kind of, I think it's honestly just the tip of the iceberg that I was looking at in the YouTube social media world. I've come to realize how beneficial and helpful that the YouTube platform has become. YouTubers are just everyday people who became famous, how they became, I don't know, YouTube famous for simply just being authentic and just using a platform that they're using their talents in order to benefit others. They provide an authentic and real view of some very traumatic events such as suicide, eating disorders, hormonal acne, and even PCOS. In my research, I've discovered that there's very little study on this new social media platform. However, it is so beneficial. So YouTubers are just famous people who are just using this platform and their talent of editing and their talent of photography and really presenting what has worked for them in their time of struggle, and they're trying to be a support system that probably they wish that they would have had when they were going through this. So in conclusion, I think that the vlogging industry, as controversial sometimes as it can be, I think is actually super beneficial. Again, guys, I had such a fun time recording this video and researching all of this crazy, wonderful information. So if you liked it and you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and feel free to subscribe down below. Click the little bell to get the notifications, and I hope to see you next video. Have a good day.